Y'all ready to start? You giraffe?
Yeah. I'll put my controller down.
I'm not ready.
I don't need to farm any more than 14, so I'm good.
Okay.
I like the glam, by the way, looking good.
All right, y'all ready to start this?
All right, I'm not coming into this with a ton of energy. I might need a minute to build up.
I'm already in my third beer, so
I'm on my first Red Bull.
I'm hungover.
All right, we're gonna do another video. Video games that need a revisit. Zachary, we talked about this. We need to address something before we get going.
Absolutely.
Just
it's
a
been
reminder.
A minute since we did one of these. Yeah, it's been a minute, and if anybody's new or if anyone's forgotten, there's one glaring elephant in the room when it comes to video games that need a revisit. Everybody agrees that The Legend of Dragoon needs a revisit. So that's not eligible to be brought up because we all already fucking know. That's the answer. That's the right answer.
Yeah.
So
it came out in 2000.
In America. It came out in Japan in 97.
Okay.
Wow, what the fuck? There was a 3-year delay?
Yeah, wait, was there?
There sure was.
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
Huge delay. That is a massive.
yeah,
That's fucked up.
It's like a biblical delay.
Did they add stuff to the 2000 version?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Wow.
They added 3 more years.
Dylan said, I can't remember what studio, but there's rumors that's gonna be the next one they're gonna work on. Legend of
Is it
Dragoon.
Blue Point?
Yeah.
Is that what I heard?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Nice.
Did you hear about that, Rooster?
Oh, no, I didn't. Well,
There's been rumors
Blue Point
around
does-
for like years.
There's been rumors since '97. So yeah.
Blue Point do that?
I mean, Blue Point's done a lot of good shit.
They kind of teased it once on Twitter, but
They tease a bunch of shit on Twitter. I don't trust them anymore. It's like fucking Ed Boon. Who gives a shit what he says?
No, I love Ed Boon. I love Ed
he's
Boon's
great.
tweets.
yeah.
Recently, he said, "I think we need another Psi-Ops remake.
Make it happen, jerk.
Make it happen."
You have
Ed
so much
Boon."
money. You make video games. Make that happen. Did you want us to run down the games we've already mentioned real quick?
Yeah,
Just by name.
right.
So,
Just so everybody knows what we've already done in the past videos.
right. We've already talked about Fable, Freedom Fighters, Viking, Bloody Roar, Tales of the Abyss, Tenchu, Wrath of Heaven, Banjo-Kazooie, Psi-Ops, SSX, Dragon's Dogma, Ultimate Muscle, Warhawk, Jet Set Radio, Dead Space, Lord of the Rings Conquest, Left 4 Dead, and War of the Monsters. And we're adding some to that list now.
Good. I got one that's gonna be a good addition to that list. It'll fit real good.
You want to kick us off?
Well, I want to keep the tradition of GRCT, keep the order going.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Giraffe, are you ready to start?
Yeah,
us
I'm good.
off?
I'm good.
All right, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna start it off with a question. Does anybody remember GameFly?
Yes.
Gamefly, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
Gamefly.
nervous. I don't know
Rooster,
why.
You may remember this game. So I'm not gonna do. It doesn't. I don't think it needs a revisit because I think the original was like perfect. Maybe a sequel would be awesome. Rooster and I played this.
My
It's
chest.
Brutal Legend.
Oh my god!
Again, I don't think it needs a revisit. I think a sequel is in order because it's been like 11 years, 12 years since the first game came out. Yeah. Give me a
Dude,
sequel to Brutal
That's
Legend.
fucking crazy that you just said that. Was Jack Black not in that? He was in that
He
game.
wasn't that. He was the main character.
Yeah,
he was the main character.
Yeah.
I call it the Druid Plow. Let me show you how it works.
It was around that time where like God of War 3 came out, so the top-down hack and slash games were like perfect. And then this kind of came out of nowhere. I guess I should say nowhere, but it came out and everyone was like losing their minds because Jack Black was in it, and it was like the first video game that he was ever in. It was about like him slaying demons with guitars and
It's about rock and roll.
about rock and roll. Exactly. It's like a whole
It
nother like
was.
Tenacious D story.
It was incredible. I love that game.
That game is so bizarre.
I didn't think games like this would
It
even
is
get
very bizarre as well. Yeah.
There's like there's like driving in an open world, and then like the mission starts, and it's like an RTS or something.
Oh.
It's super
And-
weird. It changes genres like on a whim.
No, I see. I never played it. I just
I think
seen
I think it actually played to like the advantage of the game, like switching so many genres.
Well, you were mentioning having a part two, a sequel
Yeah.
to that. I don't think it's ever gonna be as good. They had Ozzy.
Dude, Lemmy was in it.
Yeah,
Lemmy
they had
it's never gonna be as good.
They had so many like let's see here, 107 heavy metal tracks from 75 different bands.
I can't imagine that's an affordable game in good condition these days.
More than I mean, at this
look
in
it
this
up.
day and age, you're never gonna get 75 bands to okay going into a video game.
No.
Dude, wasn't there like a black metal faction, like a really
Yeah.
creepy faction that attacks you or something in like the story, and then like Cradle of Filth starts to play?
Oh,
I remember that. I remember
Alert.
very specific little moments, and that moment really stuck out. I was like, wow, this game's all right.
I think the most I remember about that game is the Jack Black one-liners.
well, I'm seeing it as low as fucking $6, $11.50.
So it's on Steam right now for 15.
Yeah, nah, it's available. Good game.
Yeah,
That's
it's
incredible.
available out there.
That
The
is-
first one. Again, I want a sequel. I know it's never gonna happen in my lifetime.
I didn't know that game was for PC. I'm quite literally buying it right now.
Oh my god.
Are
Oh,
you?
yeah,
I'm like-
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to. I mean, I have to add it to my Steam. I mean, because I mean, even if I don't play it till I'm like 50, it's still there,
It's
right?
still there.
And I can if I want to. Just like Fallout 4. One day I'll play that game,
Right.
but I probably won't.
That's fine.
That game, and I'm not joking, that was my pick for today. We both prepared
Fallout
Brutal
4?
Legends for today.
Oh,
Oh.
no!
You did it!
No.
How the
I
fuck
promise.
did that happen?
Brutal Legends has been on my list since like 2 episodes ago, and
Yeah,
I was
same.
just going down.
Same.
But
Wow.
I'm totally there with you. The world loves Jack Black.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
to this day, people fucking love that idiot. He'd be
He's the
down.
best.
You can't tell me he wouldn't be down.
He would be 100% down to play himself in a video
I
game
would
again.
love.
With rock and
I would
roll.
love a sequel for sure.
No, that's just ridiculous that you guys had it at the same. Like what? The same one game? That's insane.
Yeah.
I find that stunning too. 2 people in a 6-room chat or a 6-person chat
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so
would have
fucked
picked.
up.
I feel like that is like the chances of that happening are fucking crazy.
Very,
Yeah.
very little.
I feel like that's such a good game to mention too, and now my game is gonna suck. But because it's like that really is a game everybody forgot. I don't know who's talked about that.
It
Nobody
hasn't been
has.
talked about in probably, like you said, 10 years.
Mhm.
Yeah, like that's so crazy, but it was so good, and it really leaves you wondering why.
Hey, I'm gonna go grab a drink, but Rooster, you're up next. I'll be right back.
Oh god. All right. Do I just go? Do I just start?
Oh no, not yet. No,
Nah,
just,
wait for
just hang on here.
cousin.
Okay.
Damn,
Oh, yeah,
Zachary,
Brutal Legends.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, that's
Dude, high
nuts.
five, bro.
High five, internet high five right now. Damn.
Damn.
That was the loudest slap I've ever heard in my entire fucking life.
I clapped as hard as I could. It hurts very bad.
Hold on, let me get ready. Okay, Rooster,
Oh, okay. God.
take your time.
Oh. I gotta stretch.
Get comfy.
Okay.
I don't want to know. I don't know what this one's gonna be like. It could go
Okay.
one of two
I wanna
ways.
let me try to find a video I can link real quick, because nobody's gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Nobody.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna do the same thing for mine. It's a good idea. Pulling up a video.
This gameplay's not that good, but I'll link it anyway. All right, this is an old PS2 game. You know what? Revisit, sequel, doesn't matter. Don't care. Just bring this game back in any capacity. I'm bringing up God Hand.
Oh,
God hand.
God Hand. For the PS2.
Oh,
dude. Well, I saw Super Best Friends play this.
This game was fucking sick.
Did you play it?
Oh yeah.
Interesting. I've never
this
played
is
it.
awesome.
I've never played that game.
It's flashy as fuck.
Super
I think
Flash.
I've heard-
This is the
like-
same people who went on to make Platinum games, so they make Bayonetta and such now.
Yeah,
Metal Gear
like,
Rising.
And didn't it run at like 60 frames or something good?
Oh yeah,
That's
absolutely.
incredible.
Had to.
I mean, I'm looking at screenshots of that game right now, and like the character models are surprisingly detailed for anything that was on PS2. More
You can
impressive.
tell the main character Gene is way more overly designed than
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
every
yeah.
other
Look, I'm
enemy. Yeah. It
Hmm.
plays with tank controls, which is a bit weird. That's because the right
Whoa.
stick is used exclusively for dodging.
Oh, weird.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Hmm.
But it seems like the maps are like huge. Like you can actually like roam the maps.
So,
Another sick thing about this game is that the better you do, taking no damage, like performing sick combos, your level goes up from level 1 to like level 2 to level 3 to level die.
Oh my god.
Dude, they do so much more damage as you level up. Enemies get new moves, they get new attack patterns, they get more aggressive. You need to go into your roulette wheel. It's like your special move select options and actually grovel to manually bring your level down if you can't handle it.
Damn.
Oh,
You
that's
have to
fucking
look like a total bitch.
The gameplay actually doesn't seem that terrible.
yeah, why don't you think it has a sequel, Rooster?
I think that company just fucking died.
It died.
Yeah, I think this game got terrible reviews because people were hilariously bad at it when it first came out. I think there's like a notorious like IGN review or something.
God Hand is the last game this studio did.
Oh yeah. What
They
was
also
it?
did
Lucky Clover Studios or something?
Clover Studio, yeah. So they
Okay.
did Okami as well. Remember that game with the wolf?
Oh yeah, Okami.
Oh, I know that game.
Spoilers for upcoming
Oh,
games that I need to revisit. So let's not talk about it. The game's hilarious.
Is it? It's
So-
it's
It's
got
actually
the-
super funny. There's Chihuahua races.
So
okay. So it's got like a little bit of a Yakuza vibe.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, actually.
In
Okay.
the gameplay video that you linked, there was one part where like a demon comes into the bar or something like that, and then the main dude that you're like main character you're playing as, like literally just like kicks him in the head by like lifting his leg all the way up. It's wild, and the demon's like behind him.
You can get enemies down to a single pixel of health and then do like forget what it's called. It's like the poke of God or something. And you'll just actually walk up, poke them, and they just evaporate.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a lot of interactables as well. Like he picks up a pipe and is just beating the shit out of people.
Oh yeah, tons of there's rocket launchers, a lot of weapons you can pick up.
Yeah,
You
game
can
looks
remap pretty much every button on your controller to a different move. There's like over like 100 moves or something.
Jesus.
The game is sick. Nothing plays like it.
Yeah, it does seem very unique.
There's
Tank
no like, man,
controls
I
sound
really
very-
like God Hand. You probably also like, no. You probably just like God Hand.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's a good
The
one.
the tank controls is like the one thing that's kind of throwing me, but that is what it is.
Tank controls like in Resident Evil 4.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah. Well,
oh, okay. So that's what tank controls are. Okay, that makes sense.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
This is on the.
Yeah. You could
Yes,
just throw up
too.
footage, and the footage will speak for itself.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't. What can I say? Just look at that game. Look at that game.
this. Look at this shit.
Fucking hype.
It's my turn now.
It is.
Then
Also,
Here we go. Here's a game that I don't think anybody knows about except for maybe Rooster knows this one. And trust me, I know you're gonna hear it and you're gonna be like, "There's no way." But I have solid. I have a solid case. It is a King of the Hill Hootenanny on the PC.
In the
What?
fucking fuck.
what the hell are you talking about?
Well, if you
I pulled up my list thinking it was going to be maybe a game on my list, and I just closed my list because that was 1000% not even near where I thought that was going to go.
All right, everybody go to your list and cross off.
What the hell? I gotta look this shit up. What the fuck are you talking about?
This is what you
Wh-
picked.
Yes, and I told you.
Is this a point and click adventure game?
Yeah, it is.
I'm more amazed that there's actually 2 King of the Hill games. Coot Nanny is the one that you've apparently played, and then Texas Huntin'.
Well,
So-
Texas Huntin'
Yeah.
is, I think, in the same game.
Yeah, it's the same game. Yeah.
Yeah, check this out. This
That's
is
it.
why it's my pick, because it's got multiple games in the same game. It's not just a point and click adventure. You're on a timer. You started off,
Yeah.
he's having a hootenanny, all right? You got to pass him the
Yeah,
beer,
uh-huh.
throw him the beer. Okay, I'll do it. So you're on a timer, and there are events that happen, and you have to show up for those events. I think you don't even have to. I think you can skip certain events, but all the events are different games within the game, like mini games. If you go with Bobby, you, I think, play mini golf. Everybody has
wow.
their own thing within that game, but yes, it is a point and click adventure, which is my favorite part of it, because you can go back, you can go into their neighborhood. You start off in the outside of their neighborhood. You can go into the Hank Hill's house. You can go to shit. You can go into Hank
Hold
Hill's
on.
house. Yeah.
Hold on. I got a link.
Yeah,
I found it.
you can go into Hank Hill's house, and there are a bunch of things you could do inside the house, but also you can click on VHS tapes that they have on their counter and watch episodes or like clips from episodes of the actual show. And then there's this whole separate thing where you go hunting. It's a whole nother game, and you sit around, you hunt.
There's nothing like hunting next to a real pro. But if you'd rather hunt with one of these guys instead of me, that's fine too. Go ahead and choose a partner.
And you can go with each of the characters. You could bring a bag of Cheetos.
Someday I'm gonna bag the big one. That's right. I'm talking about Sasquatch.
Antlers, all these weird things.
Good, you're here. Hey, careful, don't sit on the fruit pies.
It's so
Whoa,
chill.
the antlers you just mentioning that antlers made my brain spin in crazy circles.
And you
So-
got cheese puffs and everything. And the reason why I fucking picked this game is because I don't need King of the Hill to be remade. But this style of game could be used like Metalocalypse, the Boondocks,
Oh my god.
any fucking show that you're like really comfortable with and you would like to hang out. They need to make a game in this style
in their universe.
in their
Where it's
universe. Yeah, and you can.
Dude.
But yeah, I enjoyed that game. That's my pick, and I think it could be used for a bunch of different television shows that we all like. Adventure Time, I don't care, anything.
I mean, you're
Dude,
not
honestly,
wrong.
that's so smart.
It's definitely not like Duck
It's
Hunter.
not like Cabela's.
Big Game Hunter. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not. No, I didn't realize that part. Yeah, this is too advanced.
It's more like-
This is a
Too
graphic I've
advanced.
never-
I'm still recovering from King of the Hill Hootenanny
Oh,
Oh,
being suggested.
well, I proved my point, right? I got a solid case.
that's a great
Yeah.
game. I didn't even know
Solid case.
that. I didn't know that would be a game you would have played or suggested. Kind of caught me by surprise. But yeah, I have heard about it.
That's
believe
why
or
it
not,
needs a
and that's
revisit.
Literally, if it wasn't for the reselling, I would have never heard about that game ever.
Yeah. Yeah, it needs a revisit. Don't sleep. Hootenanny. All right, who's
You're almost pitching that the game type needs a revisit.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the game itself, but
The
the
game
style
style.
of game needs a revisit.
Absolutely, I think so. Yeah, 'cause
very unique.
I don't want another. I'll just play Hootenanny again. It was done perfectly. I don't want another King of the Hill. All right, next up, that was GRC.
But
So it's
would be next.
Yep.
I've got quite a few on here, but I'm just gonna skip through and grab one that I was less confident in before. Although I'm sure I'm the only one here. I'm going with Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness.
You're definitely
Yeah.
the only one.
Yeah.
The GameCube, the GameCube.
It's a
game.
very good game.
Yeah, with the
X-
Shadow
I-
Lugia on the front. Essentially, in that game, it was like an open RPG where these fucking bad guys were taking Pokemon and like turning them the Shadow. They figured out how to turn them into Shadow Pokemon, made them evil monsters that would fucking do bad shit, and they were trying to take over. They captured Lugia and turned him into Shadow Lugia. The game itself is cool and all, but I'm I love it just because it gave us Shadow Lugia. That shit looks super cool to this day. I don't care what anyone says. But yeah, this has been on the list for a while. I do love RPGs, this style of Pokemon game. I think like a Pokemon XD or a Pokemon Coliseum now that they have Arceus under their belt, I think they could do some really good shit with it. Plus, it just felt good as a little kid finding obviously bad guys with Pokemon that are all evil, stealing them, and then purifying them. That just felt good. It was a good deed as a kid. It was a clear objective, and it was in a fun world.
Nice. Morally righteous.
I just picked Pokemon XD off my list just to get it out of the way while Legends Arceus is fresh in my head, because I just started playing that. When Sword and Shield came out, I had zero confidence in Game Freak and the Pokemon Company at all. Fuck those guys. They fucked everything up. I hate it. I didn't think that this style of game would ever happen again, and it probably won't. But seeing the steps they're taking and the path they're going with now, it feels plausible again, and that makes me excited. That's all.
I just don't know Pokemon that well.
That's fine. Yeah, I knew going into it that you guys. I'm not talking to the most passionate Pokemon crowd.
If
Phil Fresh was here, he'd be hooting and hollering.
Man, I don't like
Yeah.
Pokemon, but that Lugia is sick.
That
Lugia is
was my
dope.
first point. My first point was that despite everything else, it gave us Shadow Lugia, and that's cool. And I want Shadow Lugia back.
Shadow
but
Lugia might trick me into playing that fucking
Hey.
game.
It was for the GameCube. The evil team found out a way to, turn any Pokemon evil, like horrible machines, and they captured Lugia and turned him into this fucking nightmare. And as a kid, it just felt great. There was a clear objective. There were bad guys dressed up as robots. They had shadow Pokemon, and you would steal them from them using like snatch balls or something. So you would catch other people's Pokemon and then purify them and make the world good again. It was cute. It
You're
was
a good
great.
guy.
Yeah, it was a really fun game. There's only one, and it was on the GameCube. And now I have like a renewed hope that one of these types of games could be done well again.
Mhm.
And that's why I chose it today, just because I've been playing Legends Arceus.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
All right, my pick is a game called Stubbs the Zombie, a Rebel Without a Pulse. It's
What console?
came out originally on the Xbox in 2005.
Hmm.
It's a stupid looking game. It's
I
one of my
see.
favorites.
Oh, holy shit!
I'll
I'm
look it
watching
up
the trailer
too.
right now.
It's you play as a zombie named Stubbs. His real name's Ed,
Oh yeah.
and he was buried under the ground where they built this town called Punch Bowl, which is kind of like Fallout before the nuke dropped. Like it's all retro futuristic, but it's the only town that's like that. And they have a bunch of like Nazi scientists that are working on a bunch of stuff in there, hence why zombies are there. And Stubbs just comes out of the ground and starts just eating people and stuff. It turns out you have a history with the mayor, Mr. Monday. I won't spoil the game, but there's a whole story there.
Spoil
I will not. I
it.
won't.
Okay.
I won't spoil
The integrity.
You could do like cool things like as you bite like the different townspeople. It's kind of open world. As you bite different townspeople's brains, they turn into zombies. You can create a horde and like attack other townspeople. You can do fart bombs and throw your spleen at people.
Oh yeah.
Your hand is like a little drone. You can do it like the hand will crawl around, and
Like in Metal
that's
Gear
pretty cool.
5?
No.
Yeah,
well,
I'm
sort of.
It's what's the old show? I'm blanking on the old show. With the hand.
Adam's Family.
It's like, yeah, is that it?
Yep.
It was either that or the Monsters. It's kind of like that. Other than that, there's not really much to say. It's just a goofy, fun little game. A noteworthy thing is the soundtrack got all relative artists, well, relative of 2005, to do renditions of all really old 1950s songs. So you got like Earth Angel by Death Cab for a Cutie.
Oh.
The Flaming Lips did If I Only Had a Brain from Wizard of Oz.
Wow.
Cake did Strangers in the Night. It's that for some reason stands out to a lot of people. When I was doing my research for the game, everybody's still talking about the soundtrack, how dumb it is.
That sounds very unique.
Yeah, but that's it. There was gonna be a sequel to it, but whatever studio, I think it's called Wide Load Studio. There was a planned sequel, but the studio went under, so they never did a sequel. But it's very like self-aware game. It was bad, like 2005 kid humor. It was cool. I just like the fact that you played as the zombie.
It seems like the opposite of Dead Rising.
Sure. Yeah.
It
That's kind
it
of what it
almost
seems
sounds
like.
like it almost sounds like a Destroy All Humans kind of game.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
That's it.
Along
Like,
the same type.
when you mentioned like, yeah, you turn all the townspeople into zombies, I'm thinking that sounds like Destroy All Humans.
I was hoping they would do a remake just like the Destroy All Humans, how they've redone it from the ground up. I hope when
Right.
they do it, I hope that's the revisit, that they redo Stubbs the Zombie the same way. It is on PS4 and PS5, but it's the old one. It's digital.
That's dope. I see a graded version of the Xbox Stubbs the Zombie Rebel Without a Pulse for 9.8 A plus rated, and it is worth $4,500 on eBay.
So
wow.
Fun fact as well, Disney bought Wide Load, like the studio, and then they shut it down in 2014. So they bought it in 2009 and shut it down in 2014.
Wow.
I knew it shut down in 2014. I didn't know Disney bought it.
Yeah, it was under the Disney Interactive name.
So I guess we'll never get a sequel then. We'll
Ran
never
it
get
to the
anything
ground.
with
I
it,
mean,
'cause it's
unless
Disney.
Bluepoint wants to pick up Stubbs the Zombie and Rebel
Yes.
Without a Pulse.
I guess I'm just
Wally.
out of luck. Yep, that's my game. Stubbs the Zombie Rebel Without a Pulse.
The
Xbox.
Red
original
Those Studios,
Xbox,
2005.
too.
Yes. Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. No, that's a good pick. I like it. Very obscure.
Yeah, that's a pretty good pick.
But the cover, the picture, it looks so familiar. Like I've walked past that in Blockbuster or something.
You had to have.
Yeah.
You had to have.
It almost looks like like an old like 1960s movie poster or something like that.
50s.
That's what they were going with.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's 50s.
yeah.
It's 1950s futuristic town. Like it's like Fallout. Like it's they're
Okay.
going off nuclear power and stuff. But it's the only town that's like that. That's in the opening cinematic as it's Punch Bowl, Pennsylvania, because they have a whole dome over themselves to keep the pollution out, and they're all self-sufficient and all this shit. And then it just turns out the whole town turns into zombies. But since it's under a literal punch bowl, it doesn't spread.
And there's nowhere for them to run.
Yep.
Amir,
Yes.
dude, you got the
You're our brother.
spotlight.
Let's do it. Okay. Now, this might be a complete random game to you guys, too. I'm not sure how many of you guys played anything in this series. And I'm not sure if this is a series, but it's titled as if it is a series. And I've only played this game, so I wouldn't know. And one of the first things I ever played games on was a PC. It came with a free game when we bought the PC. And the game's name is Severance, Blade of Darkness. And apparently it was released in 2001.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, and it was a pretty cool game because it was like an RPG, and at the beginning of and it was made by Codemasters, which wasn't exactly like an unheard of studio or anything like that. So it was a pretty I'm surprised more people haven't heard about this game. So I thought it was a pretty good game to mention.
Wow.
What's really cool about this game is like you have multiple characters to pick from. I remember and it reminded me a lot of Lord of the Rings because like I was always like super into that kind of stuff, and that was the first game ever that I played that had anything like that. Like there was like a dwarf that you get to start as. You got to pick out of like multiple characters. I don't remember how many there were. I think there were like 5 or 6. Each one had different strengths and weaknesses, different weapons, and you all started on a different map. Like the story was all ultimately the same no matter who you picked, but the beginnings of the games were pretty different for quite a little bit. I remember I probably played that game for 2 whole years until we got the internet. If anybody has a way to play this game, I'm not sure if it was available outside of PC, I mean, I probably should have
Dude.
done a little more research on this, so I apologize. But
I've been checking. I don't know
Yeah.
how this works out. I don't know how this happened, why Fate has done this, but this week only, it's on sale on Steam right now.
Why?
And
Blade of-
$10.
Blade of Darkness is $10 on Steam until February 21st.
There's also
Wow.
a free demo right now.
Why the fuck?
What's going on?
I don't know.
there's a free demo. Like, at least try the demo. Like,
Oh, I'm
doing
gonna
it. I'm
get
and let
it.
me know what you guys think. I think if you guys enjoyed Morrowind and all those games, and
That's what it looks like. I linked the gameplay video.
it's
and
not
it looks like
exactly.
it looks like
an
an Elder Scrolls game.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
I
Yeah,
think
and you
it's-
have an inventory. You find all
It-
sorts of crazy shit. It's that game is really good. And
Yeah.
dude, Zachary, I actually have to thank you for even like finding it.
Steam reviews are overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, it
And I
looks
guess
like a
I guess
really
it
good
came out on
game.
Steam on October 7th. Last
Wow,
year.
that's crazy.
Like
yeah,
last
I mean,
year.
dude,
Rooster,
and-
you should download this game. It's saying it's like a
It kinda
it's like a
looks like-
Soulsborne.
It looks
saying,
pretty good. I've been watching it.
A lot of people are like, download it if you're a Soulsborne fan.
To me, what I thought it looked like is like a third-person Gauntlet mixed with fucking
Yeah.
Dark Souls and EverQuest 2.
Yeah, I get the EverQuest as well.
And you can go first person. That's what I loved about it. You can go third person or first person.
That's cool.
So if you're like firing a bow and arrow or something, or
This
you
game
can go
looks
first person.
sick, dude. This game looks really good. This is a good pick, dude. I've never heard of it either, at all.
Yeah, I really think they should remake that game because
think
I mean,
so.
especially if all of a sudden it's starting to get positive feedback on Steam after a really recent re-release, obviously. Just under 1,200 overwhelmingly positive reviews. So I think my 7 to 8 year old self was correct in assuming this game was badass.
It looks like it,
and I
It looks
am
ahead of
going
its
to
time.
play it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this game because this is cool. I'm very happy that this game is just available, let alone on sale. So I'm gonna have to get it right now. And yeah, thank you for letting me suggest a game.
Absolutely,
that
that
is
was
the
a-
game I suggest.
that was a good pick. Very, very, very good pick. I've never heard of it.
Great picks all around.
Yeah.
With starting with Brutal Legend, God Hand. We did
Brutal
mention King
Legend.
of the Hill Hootenanny. Hell yeah.
Hootenanny's on there.
That's not gonna believe you were gonna pick that on this episode too.
And then we got
That's what made me lose
Stubby.
my mind. And I'm
My
so
biggest
happy.
fear, and it happened to
Kill
you. I'm so
Darkness
sorry.
as a zombie.
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
all right,
Okay, goodbye,
everyone.
Kill God.
Kill God.
All right.
Oh God, everybody.
Bye.
Oh my lord.